What is up, YouTube? Look here, man. Oh man, I should have played a song in the beginning. We'll just do two videos, man. Diddy prison conversations leaked and it's worse than you think in a shocking expose. Anyway, I thought that was a piece of mess on my screen. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, man. Let's check this bad boy out.
Desperate Diddy, prison conversations have been revealed, and you wouldn't even believe what this man is talking about. Hey guys, it's Murad Murali, daily and consistent content. Let's get straight into this video. Click that button and subscribe, guys. What are you doing if you have not subscribed? It's just one click. That's all you guys have to do.
Hit that subscribe
Diddy may be behind
button,
bars at FCI Fort Dix for the first time being, but it doesn't look like he's actually planning to stay there for long.
Look, man, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, man. Help out these content creators, man, because life is hard, man. Life is hard for everybody.
TMZ somehow have gotten leeway of the conversations that Diddy was having. There have been strong sources coming out, and Diddy is bragging away in the prison. He's feeling pretty confident. That's why he's laughing and smiling with these people. Well, you know, he probably finds these men very handsome and therefore, you know, probably wants to do stuff with these men. But outside of that, he allegedly, for what TMZ are reporting, that he is bragging to all of these other prisoners that he is getting a pardon from Trump in early 2026. Diddy, if you don't let this go, do you understand? Because you were meant to get this pardon last week or the week before that, whatever it was, you were meant to be out. But that unfortunately isn't happening. Moreover, he's allegedly also, guys, get this, telling other inmates that he actually will help them out once he gets released. Diddy is lying to your faces. Do you understand? All of you other prisoners, he's lying to your faces. How can he help you get out? Just because you think this man has money, which he does not mean that he has any power over turning over your convictions. He can't help any one of you prisoners. Not one of you. Stop believing the hype. This man is lying through the 40,000 teeth that he has in his mouth. He is lying. Do you understand? He's lying through the damn holes that he's been ran through in his body. He's lying, for goodness sake. And they're all believing it. He's running around bragging. At the time of writing, it remains unclear exactly why Diddy is convinced he'll be pardoned, not TMZ throwing him under the bus. According to our source, the president is facilitating on a commutation, we're told, of the White House staff. It was reported via TMZ early on in the week, or, you know, last week. And Trump will do what he wants, and we're told Trump is set to allow Diddy to be free as early as this week, TMZ wrote at the time. And unfortunately that wasn't true because Diddy is still in prison, but he is now stating and believing that he is getting out early 2026. This story tells us a lot of information. First, what lawyers are telling Diddy that this is going to happen? Where are the sources from those lawyers? 2, the lawyers are lying to Diddy again to keep him happy, because Diddy, of course, is ranting to his lawyers 24/7. 3, how are TMZ getting all of this information? Because since Diddy got moved to the Fort Dix, somehow TMZ have obtained exclusive photos of this man daily at this point, and now have obtained these prison conversations allegedly going on with strong prison sources that Diddy is being released and it's happening in early 2026, that Diddy is happy, that Diddy is bragging about being released, and that Diddy will help the other prisoners from getting out. How does TMZ know this? I don't understand. Is somebody leaking information to TMZ? Does TMZ have a pact with Diddy for them to post pro-Diddy content on such a big platform, and Diddy is probably paying them on the low because he has a lot of money at the end of the day and everybody has a price? I don't know what it is, but it looks like there's holes, not only in this story, there's any story about Diddy and pardoning as a whole, but there's just holes in how TMZ are getting all of this information. It's not about questioning Diddy because he's always going to be delusional, and this definitely is believable to me, but also not questioning the sources. But why are the sources reporting this? Why are the sources reporting so much on Diddy? Why is TMZ reporting so much on Diddy now? The man has moved prisons, the trial's been over. Why are they getting so much exclusive information at the Fort Dix that they were not getting at the MDC? What deal have they signed? I don't understand. I don't understand. It just doesn't make sense to me. But yes, Diddy is bragging. He is delusional and he's telling these prisoners, I'm getting out. I can help you. Don't worry. He's lying to these prisoners so that they are on his side, so that whilst he is in prison, nobody actually comes for him because he knows about that knife attack and that, of course, scared him. He's playing these prisoners like a fool, playing a smart game, to be honest with you, because I would do the same thing. Diddy telling all of them, I'm going to get you all. I'm going to bail you out. I can do this. Don't worry. I got you. I got you. When this man gets out of prison, he ain't looking back. He ain't looking back. Do you understand? He is riding along into the sunset, right to Clive Davis's house, to sit on that man's lap. That man ain't looking back at you guys. He doesn't give a damn about all of you. He thinks he's better than all of you, despite the fact that you're all in the same place. But these prisoners are just gonna, go off with it for some reason. I don't understand. Wow, I'm shocked. Now, Cuba Gooding Jr., I do want to quickly discuss this before we go into the next story of some crazy exposure. He has been ordered to pay, guys, more than $300,000 to women that he was accused of groping in 2019. The judgment ended the search for justice by Kelsey Harbert, who accused the now 57-year-old actor of basically touching her up in very uncomfortable positions at the Moxie Hotel in New York. And basically, she's won with a $300,000 payoff to a woman, and that's what he has to pay. Now, for those of you who might have watched Dance Moms or not, but Nia, one of the dancers, is basically exposing Abby Lee Miller for shocking racism in her new book, and I'm very disappointed, guys. Abby told me that I needed to fix my hair because it looked awful, she said on camera. No less, it's like a log coming out of the side of her head, she wrote in the book, which came out Tuesday. Now, that scene was publicly shown. The influencer wrote of another incident which did not get captured by the cameras, where Abby Lee Miller allegedly said to Nia, "Don't you just wish you had white girl hair?" I was taken aback by her question, but I responded no. "Oh really?" she said. "Like you don't think it'll be much easier having white girl hair?" Again, I told her no. It didn't matter what she said. I knew I didn't want to be white, and like the other exchange, this one never aired. Wow. Nia accuses Abby Lee Miller of stating this. She believed that black people were physically predisposed to having flat feet. She would say, well, your people have flat feet. This struck me as ignorant. I know plenty of black dancers with perfectly arched feet. Yet, despite that, she actually believed this ridiculous generalization. She criticized her thighs, her butt, her muscular legs, and also, in one example, Abby Lee Miller put Nia into her first solo on a competition that had racial undertones, which was Natty of the Jungle, which was about a child left in the wild and raised by monkeys. So Nia is coming through.
Your goal, people, please, people. Your goal is to concentrate on you. That's godly. Your goal is to keep your mouth shut and focus on you. Your goal is to think about you. If you focus on what God made you as, period, all them people saying whatever they saying, I don't give a dang on what they said. Said I was bisexual, cousin. If I was, what difference does it make? I think, I don't give a sugar what you think. That's the funny thing. I said I'm bisexual. Somebody said I live in the basement of my mama house. I can't play none of the instruments. You don't know nothing about music. I know more about music than you do. Yeah, right. If you focus on you, that's all I'm focused on is this right here. I'm focused on all this, and I'm nowhere near pleasing him like I want to. But I'm still focused on me. That's all you got to do, man. And y'all make it so hard. This person doing that person doing this. Focus on yourself, period. That way you don't have to worry about race, money, numbers. That person, why you buy a black car? Black car's hard to clean. Well, maybe he like a car that's hard to clean. You ever thought about that? Don't you wish you had white hair? No, what I wish I can focus more on me. Oh my
racial
God.
Undertones, which was Natty of the Jungle, which was about a child left in the wild and raised by monkeys. So Nia is coming through with these shocking allegations of Abby Lee Miller. And to me, honestly, all I can say is that it was only a matter of time. The way Abby Lee Miller spoke to so many of these children, having issues with the parents is different, fighting with the parents is different. But if this is how you spoke to so much of the children, which we saw, there was only going to be so much that we didn't see, that some of the children were going to write in books to make money from, because that's what they're going to do. They're going to get older. They're going to talk about their trauma because all of the kids were traumatized. You can't speak like this to children consistently and believe that it won't blow back in your face when you get much older. Now, Abby Lee Miller is inundated with all of these articles being produced about how she's being exposed of this alleged racism. Any brands that were going to work with her on networks are easily going to cut this off or cut her off. And I'm sure that she's pissed that this is coming out. But this is Nia's truth. And I believe Nia 110% from the way Abby Lee Miller was moving. But this is the shocking expose that has come out in this book that's been released today. It's a memoir. And there's a lot more to this as well. But I can absolutely see Abby Lee Miller talking to Nia and say, don't you wish you just had white girl hair? Don't you just wish you had that hair? It's much more easier to deal with instead of that log coming out of your hair. Like, I can just so see her saying this stuff. It's believable to me because of the way Abby Lee Miller carried herself on Dance Moms. So if any of you who watch Dance Moms, then this story is for you, because I definitely watched that show and I wanted to just add it to the end of the video because it's very sad what Abby Lee Miller is being accused of. Subscribe to the channel, comment down below, give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. Send a tip if you guys wish to. There's a $sign there. You can send whatever you want. 3 stories in less than 10 minutes. Click that button and subscribe if you haven't. What are you guys waiting for? Fresh 24/7 content every single day, multiple videos, and I'll catch you guys soon for another video.
Dang, going to here. I ain't getting nothing. Did we say this? Jennifer Lopez, was that? Oh man, I'm going crazy. I know they ain't sending me. Did we do this?
3 a.m. in the morning. I should really be sleeping. But for some reason, after doom scrolling on my phone, here I am talking to you guys and doing a video instead of sleeping. But let's get into this because seeing that Jennifer Lopez, guys, is actually facing more bad news. Ben Affleck and Matt Damon are not pleased.
Here we go.
And her recent project is not doing well.
My bad, y'all. The web is back up. The website is back up. Thank you, Tahir.
Well, hey guys, it's Murad Murali. Hope you guys are doing well today.
that.
Daily and consistent content. Do subscribe because I'm here at 3 a.m. with you guys and I really should be sleeping. But after Kiss of a Spider-Woman, Jennifer Lopez's recent film basically bombed at the box office in October, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon are thinking twice about backing Jennifer Lopez again, a source is informing The Inquirer. According to Jennifer's camp, the movie was an absolute win because she was a good actress, it got amazing reviews, and she potentially could take an Oscar home. Unlikely, but it's possible. But the movie represents a big black eye for Artist Equity, which is the studio founded by her ex Ben Affleck and friend Matt Damon. The whole project was put together to back when Jennifer and Ben were actually a loving couple with big dreams about collaborating on film, so therefore they wanted to work on something together. The source explains of the pair who split after less than 2 years. Matt, of course, jumped in and fully backed their vision, and he and Ben wrote a big check to get this movie going. They both, of course, are great themselves, but it's long past time for them to get real and get the studio's product selling tickets. The pair also produced the Waiting for Tonight singer's 2024 film Unstoppable, which also underwhelmed financially, points out the source, and they're not looking to do a third for her. So Jennifer Lopez is no longer this valuable, profitable asset. For them to create this movie studios, and you've worked with J-Lo twice now because you've thought, you know what, this was the woman that I was with and Matt Damon's on board. Both movies have done really bad in the box office. They're not making a profit for the film studios that, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon have, built. They're now looking back on this and thinking business-wise, numbers-wise, sorry, J-Lo, you don't actually add up to future projects. Had these had rave reviews and the ratings were high, then of course they would be wanting to produce more, because if you are profitable, they want to produce more with you to make more money and everybody wins. But J-Lo is no longer that profitable asset. So no longer is this relationship gone down the drain, but it looks like it's hurting the business friendship side as well. And there were reports, that I didn't believe that stated that Jennifer Lopez was finding any excuse, guys, to stay connected to Ben. And, you know, the film studios is a perfect connection. But all that in itself now is going to go down the drain, and Jennifer Lopez isn't going to have that connection to Ben and Matt Damon anymore. She's basically just having this PR nightmare, because every time we are discussing her, I feel like I'm coming across like her biggest hater, and really and truly, I'm not. I'm not the biggest hater of J-Lo. Obviously, couldn't care less if she does well or does bad. It doesn't affect me. But it's just interesting that there is a pattern here that is being reported that she's not just doing well. The music didn't work. The Amazon Prime stuff didn't work. The tour got cancelled. And both of your movies have just not done well. They've bombed. And eventually, people around you are not going to work with you because you are no longer that profitable asset. You are somebody that's just seen as, you know, what a legend could be. A figment. Because I don't even think that she could even sell out Las Vegas if she can't sell out all of this. This is what I mean. You know, if I was somebody in charge of Vegas and studios, if I'm seeing J-Lo and she can't even sell a single anymore, let alone an album or a tour or some movies, why would I want that? It doesn't make any sense. And this is how they're looking at it. So this is tearing the business side of Ben and J-Lo. And, you know, it's just more bad news for her. Mariah Carey is probably eating this all up, guys, because her recent album did quite well for her, and of course she's the queen of Christmas, so all of her songs are receiving a boost right now. So I'm pretty sure that she is relishing in all of this bad J-Lo news that she's experiencing in the past 2 years. I mean, I think the last big gig that J-Lo had was the Super Bowl, when she shared that stage with Shakira. That was probably the last big thing that she's done, because outside of that, she's performing other people's songs at award shows, which really isn't what it needs to be. So I don't know, hopefully she can turn it around. You know, that's what I want for her. But I just feel like, yeah, Ben and Matt Damon are not pleased with her at all. Speaking of failures at the cinema, Kim Kardashian, guys, is facing a huge disaster. Not at the cinema, sorry, but a program that was produced called All's Fair, which has so many huge actresses involved in this, has completely failed, guys. It is being review bombed everywhere. It's just so sad. Rotten Tomatoes, guys. Rotten Tomatoes, sorry. I'm speaking like I'm American. Rotten Tomatoes, guys, has given it a 0. They've literally given it a 0. Oh, Lord. Angie Fan of The Hollywood Reporter is among the top critic on Rotten Tomatoes, who gives All's Fair a rotten review, writing that Kim Kardashian's performance stiff and effectless, without a single authentic note, is exactly what the writing, also stiff and effectless without a single authentic note, merits. I feel like she repeated herself here, or somebody's written it wrong. But in her rotten review summary on RT, Lucy Mangan of The Guardian writes that All's Fair is just terrible. It's so awful, it feels almost contemptuous. Ed Power of the UK's Daily Telegraph, a separate article, isn't any kinder in his rotten review summary of All Fairs on RT, writing that Ryan Murphy is the high priest of tacky, tasteless television, and this year he has outdone himself with a show of mind-bending horror sure to trigger nightmares in the unsuspecting viewer. Ben Dowell of the Times in the UK isn't a fan of All's Fair either, writing that it thinks it's a feminist fable about spirited lawyers getting their own back on cruel rich men, but it's in fact a tacky and revolting monument to the same greed, vanity and avarice it supposedly targets. Review bombed to the fullest. All of these people have come forward, the Times, the Telegraph, Rotten Tomatoes, Hollywood Reporter, they've all come together as if they're the Avengers to all absolutely drag this show down the mud. And it's so embarrassing for Kim Kardashian, because she was center stage on this show through Ryan Murphy, and she was going to be the one clearly for this to be something. The trailer dropped, it went viral. You've got all of these well accomplished actresses, and now they all, so accomplished, are associated to a show that has miserably failed, and that is because Kim Kardashian so desperately wanted to be a part of it. Let this be a reminder to you guys that just because there is an influencer who is huge doesn't mean that they can do everything. It's so annoying. You are an influencer for a reason, because you can't act. If you could act, you would have been in that industry. And there's so many of these influencers who want to go into the music acting world, like Kylie with the music, Kim with the acting, and it just does not work out. It repeatedly fails. Stick to promoting your gummies and, you know, whatever eating dysmorphia stuff that you've been doing for so long, because that's all that you guys seem to be good at, making money on that end, which, you know, clearly is a success. So when they try to venture out and it fails, it's just a reminder that they are just talentless. And just because you have money, just because you have the followers, doesn't mean that you have that inward talent. When that inward talent of actors and actresses really just comes from the working class, to be honest with you. It really comes from the working class. It doesn't come from this. So had Kim not been in this and, you know, they had changed the narrative around, it would have been a little bit more positive. But I just feel for these actual actors. I feel for all of them, because it is a stellar cast of people, and all of them now have to deal with these review bombs, which probably is going to hurt future projects that they might have. But it's very similar to J-Lo, like, just review bombed, not doing well, ratings low, people not liking it either, people complaining about it online. It's just so embarrassing for Kim. Like, this is so embarrassing for Kim, so embarrassing for J-Lo, like, awkward. Just, yeah. Let me know your thoughts, guys, when it comes to this video. Do subscribe to the channel, comment down below, give this video a thumbs up, send a tip. I would appreciate it. And guys, I'm gonna go to bed, because I'm gonna get this video out to you guys and I'm gonna go sleep. Subscribe and I'll catch you guys soon.
Peace out, man. That's crazy, man. What's the girl name again? Got to be more careful. Here we go. Jennifer Lopez. Yeah, Jennifer Lopez. When you get to certain levels, right? Think about it, y'all. It's the same thing. What I'm trying to say is, when you go to work, you get this money, this paycheck. When you get more money, you got more bills. When you're a millionaire making movies, you got to pay out all these people. Now you got to pay these people to be the star. But it's the same thing, man. When does you get to keep all the money and relaxation and don't have to worry about anything? I ain't trying to get that big, where you got to file bankruptcy and all these people depending on you, and they got to, because of you and your business, they feeding their kids. No. I don't want to be that big, like a Puffy. Now Puffy in jail, he got to sell your kids can't do anything. Everybody around you they can't keep the boat floating. So you got to sell the boat. Hey, you know, you can act it all you want, baby. I'm not into acting. And I'm getting out of here, man. This website is getting on my nerves. Jesus, man. Woosah. We gonna have to fix it. Something just broke down on the website, man. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell him Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.